Yo, we live. Hey man, welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for DraftKings and FanDuel, alright? But y'all already know before we get into it, we got the lineup review, going over my lineup with the updated starting five from yesterday's slate. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, we about to get into it. Please hit that like. But I'm going to keep campaigning for these 50 likes. We didn't quite make it yesterday, man. Only 35 likes on the video. Let's see if we can get this one to 50, man. So if you're hearing this, you in the sound of my voice, what you waiting on? Hit the like button already, man. Let's get into it, all right? Now, yesterday's slate was rough little slate for us. Probably lost like half our buy-in. Let's get to the breakdown. So yesterday I wanted to be a little different. Take a chance or two, get away from some of that Westbrook chalk that we knew was gonna be in play. And here's how I think you gotta look at Westbrook from here on out. You know, this is my opinion. I could be wrong, but this is how I'm looking at it. Westbrook is pretty much going to get a triple-double, probably from here to every game until the season's over with. He's in line for a triple-double. I think what you have to decipher is it a slate where I need him to win? You know what I mean? Is this a slate he going to go off for 80+? I think that's how you got to view Russell Westbrook going forward, because he's pretty much going to get a triple-double every game for the rest of the season, right? Is it gonna be a little baby triple double, like I said, or one of those 20-20-20 triple doubles, and you have to have them to win? So last night the Raptors were getting healthy. They with Birch down, a fully healthy Raptors team with Kim Birch starting at the center. They've been playing very solid defense as of late. You know, they play very good team defense. Once everybody's there and they're clicking, they're a very solid team defense. So I felt like it was a slate where Russell Westbrook would do what he do, but I didn't think he would go super crazy. As Raptors are playing hard, trying to make that playoff push. I thought it was a night Westbrook could get you like 50, maybe low 60s. And our assumptions were right. Overtime really helped him. If they didn't get overtime, he would have finished like 57, but probably about 57, 58 fantasy points, and that would have been perfect for yesterday. But overtime, he still only got you 63. A very good effort from him. But you definitely didn't need him to win yesterday. If you caught the updated starting five, you know I went with LaMelo Ball, Fred VanVleet, Desmond Bain, Danilo Gallinari, and Draymond Green. All right. At the top, LaMelo. I like this game. I like this game right here. I thought it was in a good spot to go over. It had a little lower total on it, but with Vooch being back and Levine being back, y'all know Levine likes to push the pace a little bit. That was more scoring for the Chicago Bulls offense. So I actually thought this game could go over the total it had. LaMelo Ball got him at 12% on. I know he would kind of be like the forgotten man yesterday, but he's another guy with triple-double potential, triple-double upside. So I wanted to sneak him in right here, especially at this 7,900. I still think that's a very solid price on him. But it was just a recipe for disaster for LaMelo Ball yesterday. One, he came out, he shot horribly from the field. He was 1 for 10, just terrible. Plus the fact he got into some early foul trouble. He played like 15, 16 minutes, had like 4 fouls already. Then you add to the fact that the Bulls kind of pulled away and got to a blowout, and he only played like 24 minutes. So it was just a recipe for disaster for LaMelo. But it was a tough spot for him, man. I thought he was in line for a big performance, but he only gave us 22 DK points in about 24 minutes of game time. Just a tough pill to swallow there, but sometimes you're wrong on a play, all right? Coming in as shooting guard, Fred VanVleet. Once we got the news Laurie was out, I felt like him and Siakam would be in for a big game. More usage, more shots for those two. VanVleet was the wrong Raptor here. He was just okay, man. He struggled from the field shooting as well. It just didn't give us a big game, but overtime helped a little bit. Got him right at 43 DK points, so he didn't kill you, but solid effort from him. Like I said, 43% on, so it was all right. A lot of people was on him, so having VanVleet didn't hurt you too bad. Coming in at small forward, Desmond Bain. One of the chalk plays I was confident in yesterday. I didn't want to go to like Sekou Demboyo and things of that nature. A guy who could easily fail for you. A lot of the field was going over there. So I definitely didn't want to go that route, but I felt comfortable with Desmond Bain at 3,600 for Memphis, moving into the starting lineup. Felt like he could be in line for a decent return at 3,600, and he did not. A guy, he wet the bed for us over here. Uh, Only 11 DK points, and he only played 20 minutes. That's the baffling thing. A guy who came off the bench and replaced the starter in Grace now last game and got 31, came back this game in the starting lineup, and they only give him 20, man. Memphis minutes and rotations is just, there's no way I saw him getting 20 minutes. At least, I thought at least 25 to 30, but 20 minutes from him really hurt his fantasy performance, but a lot of people's on him as well. We got him at 34% on, right? Coming in at power forward, a guy that was on my radar. I had a lot of Gallinari last night. He made me some money in my 20 max and things of that nature. But right here, 7.8% on, right at 8% basically. Gave us 37 DK points. Very solid from Gallinari. I felt like he was the overlooked guy, as he put together two nice games. 2 games ago, very solid. I think 50 fantasy points. Come back last game, he gave you like 30 in only 24 minutes in a blowout. So he's been playing very well the past 2 games, and I thought he was going overlooked at this 4,700 price tag. This is a little too low for him for the production he's been having for him. So I wanted to get him here. I had a lot of Danilo Gallinari yesterday, so he helped me out a lot with a nice performance from Gallinari. And then my last play in the starting five, Draymond Green at 7,200. Got him at 25% on, going against the Oklahoma City Thunder. I wanted to look at Draymond here because there's a good chance this game blows out. You know, you never want to predict them, but OKC has been struggling. They was favored by 15, so that definitely was looking like a blowout. And in blowouts, I like to look to the role players. You know what I mean? Because that was going to give you the blowout. The stars are going to do what they're going to do. They might get a few extra, but like Curry, you know what I'm saying? He's going to give you his 50 or 60. It could be a night he go for a little extra, maybe 65, maybe something like that. But a lot of times the blowout is due to the role players having bigger games, you know, i.e. Wiggins yesterday giving you a solid scoring game. So I wanted to look to Draymond here because if it was predicted to be a blowout, that means the Warriors are playing good. So if they're playing good, hitting shots, more than likely those assists are coming from Draymond as he sets the table for the offense. Everything runs through him. So I thought the fact that it was predicted to be a blowout bode well for Draymond Green. And I wanted to get him in here at this 7,200 as I know he is another guy with triple-double upside as well. But he only gave us 30 DK points. Just an okay performance from him. Needed a lot more from him at this 7,200. All right. Rounding out the lineup, went Brandon Clark right here, 3,300. That's another guy I thought was in a good spot. I feel like that Xavier Tillman news went overlooked yesterday. I thought that could really give him a couple of more minutes, especially if this game blew out or if Valanciunas got in foul trouble again. I feel like he could be in line for a boost in minutes and production. He's played like 22, 23 minutes, something like that, but very solid effort from him, right at 24 DK points at 3,300. Very solid, but you definitely needed more as guys like Powell and Willie Cauley-Stein had big days for the Mavericks yesterday. So definitely needed more from Brandon Clark, but it's all right. And coming in at my other guard spot, I went Trae Young in the matchup against the Indiana Pacers. One of the high totals on the slate. Got him at 8% on. He put up a very solid performance for us. 52 DK points right here. I was expecting a little big one, especially with the high total on this game, but very solid from Trae Young. Just not enough to push us to the top of the leaderboard. And going down here at the bottom round, finishing out my lineup, Mr. Trusty himself, Kim Birch, man. I've been sliding him in a lot lately at this 5,400. He's just been very solid production, man. Very solid. I think he has a very safe floor right now, the way he's producing. Got him at 15% on. He gave us right at 40 DK points. Solid effort from Kim Birch, but the rest of our lineup failed us a little bit, so it didn't get us what we needed. That was yesterday's slate, a tough one. But let's get on to Friday, man. See if we can start the weekend off right, all right? Now, coming in today's slate, we got a monster 10-game slate. Y'all know the monsters, man. So many ways you can go. It's a lot of injury news pending, especially over there in Houston. That's going to be the key to the slate. That's what everyone's value is going to come from the Houston Rockets, depending on that injury news. So I'm anticipating Christian Wood being out over there. As he's been dinged up a lot the past couple games, and they're not playing for anything. So I anticipate him. I'm gonna say they should. Well, they should sit him. I don't know if they will, but they should let him just get some rest as their season is about done. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely got to keep our eyes and ears open for that news. But starting at the top, a guy I want to look at is Deangelo Russell at 7,300. We saw him move back into the starting lineup last time out and saw big minutes, 37 minutes from Deangelo Russell. If he's going to be back in the starting lineup seeing 30-plus minutes, I definitely want to take some looks at Deangelo Russell at this 7,300 price tag. If that's going to be his role, this price is a little too cheap for him. Deangelo Russell, you know what he does. He gets assists, he controls the offense, but he's a very streaky shooter. He can actually... He one of the guys that can shoot the lights out. If he hits one or two, he definitely will continue to fire. And if he gets hot, man, he can give you a big night scoring. So I definitely want to look at him. And going against the Miami Heat, a little tougher matchup, but the Heat should be without Jimmy Butler, one of their best on-ball defenders. So that definitely will help Minnesota out a little bit. But I definitely want to get Deangelo Russell at this 7,300. Coming in as shooting guard, I want to go right back to Delon Wright, 6,800. The price is coming up, but I think it may be too cheap still with this. Just the way he's been performing as far as steals and blocks, man. Just look at his game log in the last two games. I think that 2 games ago he had 4 steals, 4 blocks. Last game out he had like 6 steals and a block. He is just filling it up stock wise. You couple that with the chance he still has triple double upside, man. That if he puts it all together, scoring wise and rebounding assists, he can have a monster game at this 6,800 price tag. Nobody's there to inhibit his minutes. He's gonna get all the run, barring blowouts or foul trouble, anything. I definitely like getting back to Delon Wright at this 6,800 price tag. I don't think this price is still high enough for what he's been doing. Now coming in at small forward, I want to get a little different. Like I said, a lot of people going to go to the Rockets, look at Lamb, House, whoever's in the lineup over there. I don't even know how many players they going to have tonight. They might just have 8, but those guys are definitely in play. But another guy I think may go overlooked due to all that Houston value is Najee Marshall right here at small forward. Listen, no Brandon Ingram today. I'm expecting him to see increased run. Now, I don't know who starts between him and James Johnson. That's the only concern I got over here, but I think he should be in line for 25 to 30 minutes, man. They like this kid. They just inked him to a 3-year deal. I like this kid just from watching the games and seeing him play. He has a very nice pro game. He's going to be very solid in the NBA, and I definitely want to take a chance on him at this 4,100 right here, cheap price tag. We saw him get big performances early in the year when guys were out for the Pelicans, so I definitely want to look at Najee Marshall right here as a pivot from some of all that Houston chalk, all right? Coming in at power forward, I'm going to get some of that Houston chalk, as you're going to have to. I want to look at Kenyon Martin Jr. at this 4,700. Like I said, I'm anticipating Wood sitting. Olenek is questionable as well. If both of those guys sit, he should just be in line for all the run, all the minutes. He's going to be chalky, but, man, he's big double-double potential at 4,700. You're just going to have to get to him. Try to get different somewhere else, all right? And coming in at center, go right back to him, man. Don't Galaxy brand it. Don't overthink it. There's no Wendell Carter Jr. Go right back to Mo Bamba. He saw 31 minutes last time. If he's going to see 30 plus anything, if he's going to see 30, that's all I need from Mo Bamba, man. He's a fantasy beast down there. Averaging 15 boards the last 2 games and 20 points, man. Big double-double potential. Now you put him in this fast-paced game against the Charlotte Hornets to a team who like to run and shoot. So he's going to have more rebounding opportunities, more possessions from him, more block shot opportunities, man. Just get you some Mo Bamba. Do not overthink this one, all right? There you have it, my starting 5 on DraftKings. Deangelo Russell, Delon Wright, Najee Marshall, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Mo Bamba. Let's go take a look at FanDuel and see what I'm thinking about over there. Now, at the top on FanDuel, a guy I want to go right back to, LaMelo Ball. Yes, sir. 7,500 going against the Orlando Magic. I know nobody's going to be on him because he just wet the bed at playing 24 minutes. But I like him in this bounce back spot against Orlando Magic. No real defense over here to worry about, man. He can be. I think he's back in line. I think he's gonna have a good game. I think he's gonna make up for the bad shooting performance he had tonight. I have no problem going back to him, especially at this 7,500 price tag. Just still too cheap for a guy who really has triple double upside. Coming in at shooting guard, want to stay with Deangelo Russell. A little bit more expensive over here, 7,800. Now they kind of pricing him where he need to be over here on FanDuel, but I still think there's some value left on the bone over here, especially with him moving into the starting lineup. Coming in at small forward, staying with my boy Najee Marshall, 4,300 over here. Just broke down to you, man. No Brandon Ingram. He should be in line for more minutes. I won't love it if he starts, but I still gonna like him even if he comes off the bench. All right, I think he should see 25 to 30 minutes tomorrow. And coming in at power forward, staying with Kenyon Martin. He's 5,600 over here. Think he's gonna be too cheap for his role. I think he just does too much. If he's in the starting lineup, seeing 30 plus, man. Like I said, big double upside, fast paced game, but going against the Bucks, I'm gonna like getting the Kenyon Martin Jr. And rounding out at center on FanDuel, I want to go back to Bam Adebayo, 8,300. Jimmy Butler is questionable. Anticipating him sitting out as they really probably should. They probably don't need him to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves here, but definitely want to go to Bam. As you know, he gets all the usage. The offense run through him. He didn't give us a big performance last time because they kind of got blew out towards the end. I don't anticipate that here happening here. I anticipate him getting his full run, and he can really return value for you. This 8,300, man. He's gonna have 50 plus point upside with no Jimmy Butler in the lineup. All right, there you have it. My starting five on FanDuel: LaMelo Ball, Deangelo Russell, Najee Marshall, Kenyon Martin Jr., and Bam Adebayo, man. Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know I'm going to have them in mind. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto, man. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.